on biotechnology, so how about your notes and let's get rolling. All right, so let's talk about what biotechnology is. So you have to think of biotechnology in terms of a laboratory, like a scientist in a lab. We're going to have organisms. They're going to use them for some kind of product or purpose that helps us out. Okay, so we might use it in food, we might use it in medicines to help fight diseases, but to help make more of those medicines. Even in terms of making our planet healthier, they use sometimes the bacteria to help eat away at oil during oil spills. So it's used to help generally, have a helpful purpose behind it. So biotech, just confirm that understanding of cells, proteins, genes, biological sciences. So this is kind of where biotechnology comes from. It's going to be grounded in your life sciences. Okay, it's not just one technology, but many. So think about ways to cure cancer, think plastic from corn, microorganisms for oil spills, drought-resistant crops, stem cell. It covers the gambit in terms of things that we can use biotechnology for. Okay, so let's talk about one use, fighting disease. Let's start with fighting disease. First, look into biotechnology. So, faster diagnosis of whatever kind of disease. Think about strep throat. You used to have to take days. You have to send your strep culture out, and days to find out if you have strep throat. Now, put it in a little thing, takes minutes. Okay, simple blood tests and surgeries, and for cancer, you don't have to worry about that surgery. Just a blood test, find out if you've got it. So these are just things that have helped and improved in terms of biotechnology. First treatment for multiple sclerosis, therapies for cystic fibrosis. These are possible new treatments and things out there. Think about in the future if you have defective genes that cause some kind of, could be maybe a muscle spasm, it could be a limpness, it could be anything. We could go into replacing those genes so that you don't have that damage. Or think about a person who has been injured, spinal cord injury, replacing those damaged cells with new nerve cells so they can gain control. These are the possibilities that are out there with biotechnology and are being researched on currently. All right, better prevention. So we've got new vaccines to help prevent things like hepatitis and meningitis and influenza. Vaccines in food may eliminate the need for the doctor and a shot. You could put the vaccine in a food you eat every day, or one time, whatever. You wouldn't even have to kind of go to the doctor anymore. That's a very futuristic, but it's not too far off the mark. All right. Second thing to think about, feeding the world. That's a huge thing. Think about being able to create crops that are sustainable in areas of the world that maybe it's hard to have sustainable crops. Hardier crop, providing more. Think about that. Resistance to insects and diseases and weather. And we could feed millions of starving people just by changing how that crop interacts with conditions or anything like that. Healthier animals. Vaccinations to help keep parasites and infections under control. Breeding animals naturally resistant to these parasites so that we don't have to deal with these maybe cows or sheep or chickens, pigs, whatever, having to deal with that and having to deal with the death that can come, and they can spread those diseases very easily to each other. If we have a way of sort of getting those parasites or infections under control with them, that opens up a world of possibilities. Better foods, so on the vine for a better flavor, last longer in shipping. That's a big deal, so that when the farmer picks it, doesn't ripen and go bad. The process of getting from the farmer to the grocery store. Safer by reducing the occurrence of toxins and allergens. So things that, about people having allergens to foods, peanuts, things of that nature. You can do things that work with that one piece that causes the allergen to be taken out. That's a huge deal. The world for people. Helping farmers. Think about farmlands. Look at ways that help the land turn over crops. That's a big deal. These farmers don't have to worry about completely filling out the field. Deforestation, that's a big deal. We don't want the forest to die. Finding ways to help these plants maybe grow quicker or be resistant so that we don't have to go through death of the trees because watch the Lorax, y'all. You need the trees. Fueling the future. So let's talk about new fuels. Designer enzymes for biolab. So enzymes. These are just, things that speed things up. Okay. Used to something, and producing cleaner fuels and more environmentally safe fuels, that's going to be better. Okay? New materials, so, cleaner fuel and environmentally safe. We want to help the environment. It's a big deal. Okay, that's going to help us in the future. I mean, think about just not now. I mean, think about 10, 15, 20, 50 years from now. Cleaner fuel and environmentally safe. We want to help the environment, because if we continue to trash it, it's only going to continue to get trashed. We have to do something. And producing cleaner fuels and more environmentally safe fuels. So researchers have genetically engineered cells so that they can use sugars instead of petroleum to create plastics. That's amazing. If we have green plastics, they will biodegrade. They will break down naturally. So instead of these huge landfills where there's just garbage everywhere that doesn't break down, we have stuff that can break down. Like clothing, bedding, I mean, it would break down over time. I mean, not like you're going to be wearing your shirt and all of a sudden it's going to break down off of your body. We're talking over time, it will slowly decay, which is good. Plastic bottles, this, and it won't anywhere. It'll be here centuries from now. It cannot biodegrade. That will. All right, water, air, and soil. Plants and bacteria can be used to safely clean up stuff. Use them to pollute in the air or in the water. That's a good thing. You don't have to worry about massive spills of things, because we can use things, bacteria in there, and clean it up, or use plants to clean them up. All right. So growing the economy, economic impact. Look at this. I mean, total impact is a lot of jobs, a lot of money in business, a lot of tax revenue. This is good. Those money amounts that you see, those are good for North Carolina. Okay. And it's a field of industry that you guys can all enter into. There's a lot of interesting jobs in biotechnology, and they make pretty good money. Okay, so I mean, it's there. All that research we went through, people are researching how to do it better, do it more efficient, do it more environmentally friendly. Okay. So think about it. Biotechnology, we're using organisms to help us in some kind of purpose, okay, to make it so that we can make our lives a little bit better. If you have any questions, please choose your teacher. And this will be it for today.